everyone. I'm Elaine Quijano. Donald Trump earned more than $150 million in 2005 and paid $38 million in taxes that year. Those figures were confirmed by the White House Tuesday after MSNBC host Rachel Maddow said she had obtained a copy of the first 2 pages of Mr. Trump's 2005 returns. The returns also show much of that $38 million was paid in the form of the Alternative Minimum Tax, or AMT, a tax Mr. Trump has said he would like to eliminate. The White House released a statement regarding the tax documents to CBS News. Here it is in its entirety. Quote, "You know you are desperate for ratings when you are willing to violate the law to push a story about 2 pages of tax returns from over a decade ago. Before being elected president, Mr. Trump was one of the most successful businessmen in the world, with a responsibility to his company, his family, and his employees to pay no more tax than legally required. That being said, Mr. Trump paid $38 million, even after taking into account large-scale depreciation for construction on an income of more than $150 million, as well as paying tens of millions of dollars in other taxes, such as sales and excise taxes and employment taxes, and this illegally published return proves just that. Despite this substantial income figure and tax paid, it is totally illegal to steal and publish tax returns. The dishonest media can continue to make this part of their agenda, while the president will focus on his, which includes tax reform that will benefit all Americans." We should note neither MSNBC nor the White House listed the sources of Mr. Trump's income. They also did not explain any potential breaks in the tax rate that he may have enjoyed. Senior political editor Steve Chaggaris is on the phone with me now. Steve, first of all, we don't have really the source of income for that year, 2005. What is your take and your read on this information?
Well, we're all fascinated with anything we can find out about Donald Trump's taxes, mainly because he hasn't revealed any of them voluntarily. We've gotten a glimpse at the first 2 pages tonight of his 2005 tax return, and as anybody knows who's filling out their taxes, the first 2 pages really is just a summary of what you've made, and what you've paid in income tax. And we got a glimpse of his 1995 tax return after the New York Times put that out last year, which showed a little bit more detail and also showed him declaring almost $1 billion loss in income. So that's all we know about Donald Trump's entire income history. Almost all of the presidential candidates for the last 40 years have released tax information, income tax information. So anything we get is sort of fascinating to us. And so the fact that he had made $150 million in 2005 is news to us, and again, very interesting. And the fact that he paid $38 million, including about $31+ million in the AMT, as you mentioned, again, all fascinating information. But there's very little we can glean from that information other than those are the top-line numbers.
So does this, though, increase pressure on either the president himself or lawmakers who have said, some of whom have said, that they would be open to subpoenaing the president's tax returns to try to put to rest some of the questions that lawmakers have expressed about whether or not there might be, for instance, financial ties to Russia in the president's past that people should be aware of?
Well, so that's it's a good question, and so people have many questions about many parts of Donald Trump's finances. For instance, they want to know how much he's given in charity. There was a whole debate last year about the charities that he had supposedly given to or did not give to. We want to see that kind of information. You mentioned Russian ties. That is an investigation that's currently going on Capitol Hill. Is that something that members of Congress are going to subpoena? That's a good question, but that's really the only way we're going to know at this point, because Trump and Kellyanne Conway, one of his advisors, has said he's not going to release his taxes, even though during the campaign he promised he would release his taxes after an audit that he was going through was finished. So if they do subpoena his tax returns, then maybe we'll get a better sense of whether there are any direct financial connections with Russian businesses. But as of now, all this does is lead people to speculate what his financial situation is. And frankly, if he wants to keep that mystery out there, then he'll keep this stuff under wraps. if Congress wants to subpoena this stuff, they think that's going to help them in their investigation, then they could do that as well. But as of right now, you're looking at what we all know, which is very little about Donald Trump's finances.
All right, Steve Chaggaris, thanks so much.
Thanks.